Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting East Coast Volkswagen, and I'm checking out a 2022 Volkswagen Taos in the SEL trim level. This vehicle is sitting on 215/50 Goodyear tires wrapped around 18-inch alloy wheels with a gloss black finish. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated rotors in the front and solid rotors in the back. The name of this color is just pure white, so nothing special, just a white color. And it's kind of cloudy today, but it's not much to show off. It's just a regular white color. Now you notice it has quite a bit of chrome here in the front, and it kind of reminds me of a miniature Atlas in some ways, except for a little bit better in some ways. So it has a combination of gloss and flat black grille along with the chrome, but you'll notice right in here there is a light strip, a little accent lining right in here that continues on around here. Plus this light right here is part of the high beams, and that's a reflector. The low beams are a projector LED, high beams are a reflector. This right here goes through into the wheel well, so it continues on into here, kind of giving it an air curtain, wraps around the vehicle, a little bit better aerodynamics. So looking at the profile, it has this little Taos badging right there, kind of similar to an R-line. It has the black plastic there around the bottom. The doors go all the way down to the bottom, protecting the threshold, which is nice. Now this has the regular key. This has remote start, the ability to release the trunk, lock, unlock, but it has this normal key that Volkswagen is using now, which is nice. It's a little bit lighter than the previous. It's thinner than the previous generation. It's just a nice basic key. So the way the key works, it doesn't have the sensor on the inside of the handle. It only has this button. So as long as you have the key on the outside of the vehicle, be in your pocket, in a bag, you can push this button here to lock or unlock it. So it just alternates. So now it's unlocked, push it again, it locks. So you want to check it, make sure that you have it locked properly. Also, there's this little cover pops off, and there's a physical key location here on the driver's side only. So the inside of the doors, soft touch here, there's like a vinyl material, and then this is kind of like injection molded type stuff, and then soft surface here. And this is more like a vinyl. This is more like the injection molded you see up here at the top. Hard plastics at the bottom. And then it has a compartment here, and this is enclosed, unlike the Atlas. You can utilize that as a little storage compartment. There's a speaker in the door. It does have the Taos badging here, has the plastic over it, but has that in the threshold. Manually adjusted seats, but it does have the height adjustment here for the passenger. Simulated leather texturing, simulated leather with perforations in the middle, and you can see that has like that gray and black combination, looking really nice. Some contrast stitching. There's some microfiber here where it meets up with the hard plastic. The dash is a hard touch here, and then you have the gloss surfaces here. This is soft. Hard touch down here. Nice big glove compartment. Pretty good amount of legroom, and I noticed that the seat is quite a ways off the floor, so that's nice. There's a net pocket there as well. This one has the big sunroof. It looks like the opening's pretty good as far as getting in and out. Feels pretty good. I like the height of this seat. This is nice. Pretty good amount of space here. Has a handle. The visor has like a vinyl wrapping on it. But yeah, I like this net pocket as well. The swing of the back door is nice. and the opening is really nice as well. The back door, similar styling as the front door, except for it has more hard touch surfaces. The only thing soft is right in here, but very similar styling as the front door. All right, there's the threshold area. And then the seats are it's basically a bench seat. It does have the place for car seats to fit, but it has a cover, but typically these covers, you lose them, but this one you just flip back, so you don't have to take it off. I like that. So getting in here, has a net pocket here, pretty good size hump in the middle. There is some vents and a USB-C charge port here, but look at this little tiny compartment. It's like not very big. I don't know what you would use that for, but it does have it. I guess there is some use for it. Cup holders, armrest. There's also a pass-through here. Interesting. And you can utilize the center seat if you need to. Now it only has the latch system or ISOFIX on the outer seats, not the center seat. Has these little reading light, handle, hook here. Nice big sunroof. Fuel door is here on the passenger side and it's locking. The release is here on the driver door. So it's basically like the Atlas, where it just basically has a cap, tether, and a little post there to hang it up for you. It's pretty cool. I like the way it's locking, that's nice. LED taillights, including turn signals back here. So it's very similar to the Atlas as far as the style and design. And the backup camera is quite a bit offset here. So it's a little bit there. It's not in the middle where I would prefer it, but it does have it. There is some parking sensors integrated here. And check it out, just like the Atlas and the Tiguan, it has these fake exhaust tips. They go nowhere, just for looks. I don't know why they continue to do that, but I guess some people like them. They stay clean. They don't have any exhaust, black exhaust on them, so maybe that's what the point is. All right, third brake light's up here. Nice wide LED right here. There is a shark fin antenna that is a gloss black. And then the metallic roof rails there. Let's open up the storage compartment lift gate. See what's going on here. All right, it's got the handle there. All right. Okay, so if you have all the seats occupied by all the passengers, this is what the cargo space looks like. And you can fold these seats down, but it's not completely flat floor, but it does give you additional cargo space. There's only one light on the right side, and it's not very bright, so that's kind of lacking. There's a neat little handle right here, which is pretty cool, and it's fixed. It doesn't flip up or anything, it just kind of stays there. There's bag holders here, tie downs. Another bag holder on this side. Under this floor, that's a nice thick floor here. Some vehicles have a little flimsy thing. This is nice and thick. And there is a subwoofer in with the spare tire. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't see any name brand on it like Bose or anything, which I was very impressed with a lot of the sound systems in the Volkswagens. Just the regular Volkswagen brand is pretty good. But yeah, you can fold these seats down, 60-40 split. You can fold down one or the other, add to your cargo space while still maintaining passenger space. You know, so that's handy. Or you can just fold them both down and have a lot of space. But like I said, this is not a evenly flat floor back here. So the MSRP is $33,885. So this one has no options except for the sunroof, which is $1,200. I'll have a close-up of this at the end of the video. You can check it out. Transmission Japan, engine Mexico, final US Canadian content 3%. So it's mostly Mexican, I guess. 36 on the highway. That's pretty good. 28 in the city. That sounds pretty good as well. All right. So here's the inside of the door. It's basically the same thing as the other side, except for it's got a few more buttons. These are one touch. All four are one touch up and down. Side mirrors are adjusted there. We already saw where the fuel door release is. It does have the blind spot monitor system and the indicators here on the side mirror. All right, so there's the floorboard, accelerator, brake pedal, footrest there. Let's go ahead and look under the hood. So this is going to have a 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. So 8-speed automatic transmission, Tiptronic, front wheel drive. So let's check it out. All right, so it's not like the Atlas, it's a little bit different. That's how you release it. And it does require a prop. Go ahead and prop this sucker up here. Hey, well, look at there. You can actually see some engine instead of a big plastic cover. It has a insulated battery, a little bit of insulation and heat shielding on the firewall. So it's a 1.5 liter. The turbo's there in the back with the exhaust, and then there's the intake in the front. 8-speed automatic transmission. That's sounding pretty good. It's amazing what they can do with a turbocharged, a small displacement turbocharged engine nowadays. It's pretty interesting how much acceleration you get out of them. Okay, so the driver's side seat is not a manual. It is a powered, so it goes up and down, tilt and all that, and a two-way lumbar adjustment. And I'm really liking the design of the seats. Adding that gray in with the black and the stitching there in the center part really does kind of add some style. So we're looking really nice. So there's the headlight switch. It just says automatic parking and headlights on. It's a little tiny thing. Okay, so this one has the digital cockpit, which is basically just a full screen. Now it does have physical knobs there on the sides, or not knobs, but physical gauges there for the fuel gauge on the right and the engine coolant temperature there on the left. And the steering wheel, nicely wrapped, you can tell it's a simulated synthetic leather, which is nice, tight though. It's nice and thick. There's a flat bottom as well. There's a volume for the radio, changed through the tracks. It does have a heated steering wheel button here, so we got a heated steering wheel going on. All right, so the cruise control's over here. Turn it on, set it, resume, change your speeds. And now it has the adaptive cruise control, so that's nice. On the right side, these correspond with this screen here. We'll get to that in a minute. Windshield wiper controls on the right, turn signal and high beam controls there on the left, but it also has a button on the outside. This will take us straight to some of our safety features as well. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay, so the way this screen works is you can change left or right, and you have different icons there at the top. Maybe you can see that. So you have the icons there at the top, and you scroll through and you select the one you want. Driving data is the first one, and while you're in driving data, you can scroll down and you get more information. So you get oil temperature, trip, economy, overview of everything, since it's a big screen, range, energy consumer, so you can see what's going on there, speed, and then speed is basically the default, is where I would have it. Now scrolling to the right, assist systems, this will tell you about your adaptive cruise control, your lane keep assist, that kind of thing, whether it's, can see the lines and all that stuff. Navigation, so this actually shows the navigation map on this screen, or you can have it on this screen. So you select the one you want. It can't have it both for some reason, but it does have a nice display here in the center. It looks great. You do still have your digital speedometer displayed, what gear you're in, the clock, outside temperature, digital compass showing you which way the vehicle is facing, that kind of stuff. So it does have, you know, more your complete information that you would need while you're driving, basically, especially fuel gauge and stuff. All right, now scrolling to the right. Now if you're in the navigation, you can go up and down here and it'll zoom in and out. So if you need to get your bearings or whatever, you can do that. Scrolling to the right shows you whatever your audio is doing. You can change through your sources by scrolling down. Telephone, this is just showing whatever your telephone's doing. And the vehicle status, in this particular case, is showing the start-stop system is available. And then scrolling down in this screen reveals nothing more. All right, so there you go. There's kind of like the icons. You scroll to the left to the right through your icons, and then once you select an icon, you can go up and down in certain ones to get more information. But really like this screen. So let's go back to the navigation because that looks really nice. We'll just leave it there. Okay, so this is the touch screen. It has a physical volume knob tuned through the stations. There's also soft touch buttons here on the left and right. So we start out here with the radio. It has presets there, and these little selections right here will kind of disappear. And I don't know if you can see when I swipe my finger, I don't actually have to touch the screen, which is pretty cool. But also, see what these kind of go down, and then when I put my hand, it kind of lifts up. So these little sensors there, kind of gesture controls, which is pretty neat. Kind of works when it wants to. I guess it's probably I have to get used to the motion or whatever. All right, so the next one is media. You have AM, FM, satellite radio, internet radio, My Media, and Bluetooth audio. So My Media would be files like saved in the system, apparently, so that way you can have some on hand. And of course, Bluetooth audio. Now I'm noticing this has USB-Cs, but I'm not seeing the USB-C on the screen. Now it could be that you would have to have one plugged in. Maybe it would go through My Media. That might be, you know, that might be what that My Media is for, is through the USB, but it doesn't actually say USB. So, all right, phone. So once you pair your phone, you have access to all your calls and phone books and all that stuff. And then voice recognition, you can make selections here. So let's cancel that. So you tell it what you want to do and kind of step through and say, choose a category, then what you want to do in that particular category. And then navigation, you can put in a destination by searching here. You can have some saved. This is the previous destinations. This is where I'm at exactly. And there's your favorites there. All right. Now if I go right here, we can display map in instrument cluster, or we can uncheck that and it'll display here. So now we just have the digital compass here instead of the map, which is now here. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on the other one. Actually, there's also, let's go right here. While this screen is up, you can have the brightness. You can adjust the brightness, and you can have day or night, which is pretty cool. Automatic will, depending on the light settings. Today is kind of cloudy, so it's defaulting to night. All right, the next one is app. So this is your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, or MirrorLink, which is a connection on your cell phone. The next one here is car. So it's just telling you information about your car. So this is since start, and then you have long term, sensory fuel. These are all handy. And then since start, and then you have your range here as well. And you can wave your hand to do it instead of touching the screen, so it keeps fingerprints from getting on the screen, which is pretty neat. And then menu, so this will be all your different icons, sort of like your cell phone. You have these little icons you can select. So radio, telephone, navigation, all these things. Assist systems, this will pop up your ability to turn on or off features. But it has, so you can go in here and turn what you want on, but you notice it has a visual reference of what is actually enabled and disabled. So when I turn on certain features, it'll eliminate certain things, letting me know that, what's going on. Road sign, the lanes, and also the adaptive cruise control, and the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you is here as well. So it just kind of gives you a visual reference of what's enabled and what's not. Blind spot monitor system as well. So it gives you the full, just at a glance you can see what's going on. So that's pretty awesome. So media, App Connect, all these different things. Like App Connect would be your, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. So climate control gives you a visual reference here where the air is blowing, what the temperatures are set at, that kind of thing. And you can adjust certain settings here, like fan speed and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. All right. And then you can go into the settings here. Now, a lot of these screens will have a settings based on that particular thing. So this is climate control, so you're going into the climate control setting. All right, so let's go back to the menu. You can adjust the sound, vehicle, which is, basically a lot of the stuff we've already gone through. So we can swipe our hand instead of actually touching the screen. I keep forgetting that. Climate control, okay, so settings. This is the overall settings of everything here. So let's see what kind of swipiness we can go here. Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't learned all the gesture controls or whatever, but right now I can grab this bar and I can slide it, so it's pretty cool. So that's kind of a rundown of the screen here. The four-way flashes are here. The actual physical volume, climate controls are down here. Temperature, where you want the air to blow. Fan speeds here in the middle. It does have an automatic as well. You can sync them as well. Front and rear defrosters are here. So in this compartment is two USB-C ports, 12-volt power supply. There is a wireless charger right in here, just very similar to the Atlas. And there's the shifter, has the start button here. Electronic parking brake, which engages the rear wheels. And then the auto stop start feature, I always turn that off when I get in. And the shifter, let's go ahead and put it in reverse, see what the backup camera looks like. And it has the parking sensors indicator right there. Active guidelines. All right, there's neutral, drive, and then we can toggle sport mode by bumping it down. It'll show us what gear we're in up here. So we can toggle that. We can always move to the right and use it as a ratchet shifter to change through the 8-speed transmission gears. There's cup holders here, and they have little articulating arms, which is nice. Little storage compartment. Armrest is a little tiny thing. It doesn't lock, it's just kind of there, but when you lift it up, it kind of stays wherever you put it. It's kind of stiff, which is nice. I don't like it flopping down on me, so this is a nice way of doing it. And then there's a storage compartment here, which I like the fact that it's light on the inside so you can see a little bit better. It does have a felt lining at the bottom that is a black felt lining, but you can see in there pretty good though, since it has this lighter color. That's a great idea, having the light bounce in and see in there a little bit. Rear view mirror is auto dim rear view mirror, except for the very outer edges. There's place like little reading lights up here. The rear lights turn on with the door, but there's, just like the Atlas, there's no button to push to turn on all the interior lights. There's no place to put shades in here. I thought that's what that is, but it's not. Shade for the sunroof, you can open and close that. We'll go ahead and close it because it takes a long time to close. And you'll notice that it doesn't cover 100% of the light. It's just kind of most of the light, but some of it gets through. Roadside assistance, emergency buttons up here, and then the visor has a clip, has a light, not super bright, but it has a light, and a mirror there. They do slide out. right, so let's go ahead and move the shade back again, and we'll tilt it up, the sunroof, so it has a little tilt to it. Move it back. Stops there. Goes a little bit further back if you push the button again. All right, that looks pretty good. Opens up pretty good. Some vehicles you can't open it up. Like, it has this huge sunroof, but either it doesn't open or it just like opens up halfway. But I wish the shade, it's kind of like the Tiguan where it doesn't cover all the light. I wish it would just cover all light, because sometimes on a hot day you just don't want any light coming in because it warms up the vehicle quite a bit, especially with a big sunroof like this. So as far as visibility, it has pretty good sized pillars back there. It does have the little windows though. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much of an issue. It's not, so like say, I'm noticing actually a Beats, it has a little Beats logo there, so I guess it is a Beats sound system. I guess that's the only place they have the logo. It's not like the Atlas where it has this huge pillar right here. This one has a smaller pillar, so you can actually see a little bit between the side mirror and this pillar. So on the Atlas, is a little bit of an issue as far as visibility. Here in the front, more than it is in the back. Has a storage compartment. It's a pretty interesting vehicle. It's like a mini Atlas. And it's actually pretty dang comfortable and roomy. And for the price range, it's probably going to do fairly well. Let's go ahead and start it up. It's kind of a hot day, so I'm going to have the air conditioner on, but hopefully I'll have it low enough to where it doesn't interfere with the sound of the vehicle. Once we get out on the road, I'll turn it off, and then that way you can get a little bit better sound of the shift points and all that stuff. Okay, so seems like the turning radius could be a little bit better, but not too bad. Maybe because I was driving a Scion IQ, which is like ridiculously tight turning radius. Wow, it's got quite a bit of power for that small 4-cylinder engine. Really comes to life once you get that RPMs over a couple thousand RPMs, it seems like. Yeah, I need to slow down. It's starting to get a little bit too fast. I hear a little bit of wind noise, but really, it is kind of windy out, but make sure the windows are up. It does have the roadside information here, and it's pretty cool having the map right there in that screen, even though I'm not necessarily going to a particular destination. It's handy because you see the contours of the road. You know, you get to see if there's like a sharp turn ahead, or that kind of thing, how far you are. In this particular case, you can see how far I am away from the ocean, which is neat. And also it kind of auto zooms in and out depending on how fast I'm going. That was pretty cool. There's very little road noise. The only thing I can really hear is the wind noise. Hear these cars driving by. So yeah, the outside noise is not completely sealed out. I mean, you can hear cars going by and stuff. Alright, let's see how this bad boy accelerates. I'm liking the shift, the way it holds the RPMs nicely. Kind of feels like it kind of shifts like if I was going to shift with a manual, that kind of thing. Everybody's in a big hurry today, apparently. High level of urgency in where they're headed. Brakes feel good. Nothing strange or different to report here with the brakes. Acceleration is nice. Very surprised. Seems like it's a theme nowadays to have, you know, little tiny engines with poor fuel economy and no power. Seems like that's what's going on here. But this vehicle is not that. It actually has power, good fuel economy. It is a small engine, but you can zip around in it. I don't like the auto start stop feature. I mean, I just don't like the feature itself. The like right now, like it's you know, you may need every nanosecond, and it makes you kind of hesitate. Like there's a couple of times I could have went for sure, but when the auto start stop feature is, yeah, it's like I don't like that. especially when it's quiet and you can't tell if the engine's actually running or not. And you're like, oh, is the engine running? Do I have to wait for it to start up? Or, you know, how much of my nanosecond do I have to spare? I forgot to turn the climate control off, but I think you can hear it pretty good. But yeah, I think I'm kind of impressed with this little vehicle. It's a small SUV. I'm assuming it's intended to compete with something like the Rogue or something like that. But this one has quite a bit to offer. So like right now the engine's off. I put it in park and it stays off. I push the accelerator to start it back up. So yeah, that feature I would turn off. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video has been helpful, and it's kind of a quicker overview than what I normally do. And my time is limited a little bit today, and also the weather's been a little bit of a problem. So kind of experimenting with a different way of presenting a vehicle just for this one time. So hopefully this has been helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.